Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most fascinating and closely guarded defense innovations in modern history, Israel's OFEK-3 reconnaissance system and the Arrow-3 missile defense shield. For years, these systems have operated behind a wall of classified secrecy, shaping Israel's strategic position in the Middle East. But now, new insights, declassified details, and expert analyses are giving us a clearer picture of how these technologies work together to create one of the most advanced missile-proof defense networks on Earth. These systems weren't built overnight. They were born from decades of conflict, evolving threats, and rapid technological innovation. OFEK-3, launched in the mid-1990s, didn't just mark another satellite in space. It marked Israel's ability to create an independent, high-resolution eye in orbit. An eye capable of tracking military movements, missile sites, and strategic threats long before they ever materialize. With Israel surrounded by unpredictable geopolitical dynamics, OFEK-3 became not just a surveillance tool, but a silent guardian watching from hundreds of kilometers above Earth. What makes OFEK-3 extraordinary is not simply its orbit or camera, but its purpose. Unlike commercial satellites that gather general images, OFEK satellites are engineered for precise military reconnaissance. They give Israel an enormous advantage: real-time intelligence without relying on any foreign power. Its westward launch technique, a unique engineering decision, allowed Israel to place satellites into orbit even though it cannot launch over neighboring countries. This unconventional approach required designing a lightweight platform, extremely efficient propulsion, and compact but powerful imaging systems. That imaging capability is what changed the game. OFEK-3 provided detailed, pin-sharp images of missile development sites, troop deployments, launch preparations, and underground facilities. Its near-polar orbit means it passes over critical regions multiple times a day. That constant visibility allowed Israel to detect ballistic missile preparations early, months before launch testing. The satellite acted as the first line of defense, an early warning system far more accurate than traditional radar alone. In intelligence operations, seeing the threat before it becomes a threat is everything. But surveillance alone doesn't stop a missile. That's where the Arrow system enters the story. While OFEK-3 scouts the skies and tracks extensive activity on the ground, the Arrow-3 is the sword raised to intercept incoming danger. Israel's Arrow program began in the late 1980s as a response to ballistic missile attacks during real conflict, and it evolved dramatically over the decades. Arrow-3, the most advanced version, isn't simply a surface-to-air missile, it is a space-fighting weapon built to destroy threats outside the Earth's atmosphere. The Arrow-3 is unique among missile defense systems because it operates in exo-atmospheric space. Instead of detonating warheads or using explosive charge interception, Arrow-3 performs hit-to-kill engagements. This means the interceptor collides directly with the target missile at extremely high speed, destroying it through sheer kinetic force. It doesn't wait for the missile to re-enter the atmosphere or reach civilian zones. It eliminates the danger long before it can approach populated areas. The speed at which Arrow-3 works is staggering. With its powerful boosters and advanced guidance, the interceptor travels at hypersonic velocity. It's capable of maneuvering in space, adjusting trajectory in microseconds, and calculating an interception path based on real-time data fed from satellites, ground radars, and command centers. This is where OFEK-3's early reconnaissance merges with Arrow-3's defensive capability. OFEK satellites, along with other ISR systems, identify threats long before they are airborne, enabling Arrow's radar and tracking units to prepare countermeasures instantly. The radar behind the Arrow program, particularly the Super Green Pine Array, is another technological marvel. It can detect long-range ballistic missiles from hundreds of kilometers away, calculate their path, and determine whether they pose danger to Israeli territory. Not every launch turns into an interception. Arrow prioritizes only missiles that threaten populated areas or key infrastructure. This selective engagement prevents waste of interceptors and ensures the system is ready for mass launch scenarios. One of the most impressive elements of Arrow-3 is its ability to handle multiple threats at once. Modern conflicts are not fought with single missiles, they are fought with volleys, decoys, and simultaneous strikes meant to overwhelm defensive systems. Arrow-3 counters this by coordinating multiple interceptors, tracking dozens of targets, and prioritizing them based on threat level. Tests conducted with international partners have shown Arrow 3 successfully intercepting targets representing the fastest and most advanced ballistic threats in the world. Another secret behind Arrow 3's success lies in its integration with a multi-layered defense network. Israel doesn't rely on a single system. It uses a combination of Iron Dome, David's Sling, Arrow 2, and Arrow 3. Each layer targets different types of threats, from short-range rockets to intermediate-range ballistic missiles. Arrow 3 sits at the highest tier, guarding against long-range, high-altitude, and potentially nuclear-capable weapons. The synergy between these layers ensures there is no single point of failure. The connection between OFEK satellites and Arrow 3 goes beyond early detection. OFEK provides continuous situational awareness. It observes potential launch sites, tracks the development of long-range missiles in neighboring regions, and gives defense planners insight into enemy capabilities. Knowing the range, trajectory, and launch angle of adversary missiles helps Arrow teams simulate hundreds of possible interception scenarios. By the time a real missile is launched, Israel's defense algorithms have already calculated optimal interception paths. While the technical features are remarkable, the geopolitical implications are equally important. Arrow 3 has transformed Israel's deterrence posture. Nations considering long-range ballistic missile development now understand that even if they build or acquire such weapons, penetrating Israel's defensive shield would be extremely difficult. This deterrence effect reduces the likelihood of large-scale attacks, stabilizing a region where tensions often run high. Critics once argued that missile defense systems were unreliable or too expensive. Over time, Arrow 3 has proven otherwise. Its successful tests in Alaska, in cooperation with the United States, demonstrated interception capability under real-world conditions. The tests simulated long-distance ballistic missile attacks, including scenarios with multiple threats and high-speed re-entry. Arrow 3 performed with exceptional precision, showing it could neutralize threats far from Israel's borders. The Arrow system's cooperation with the United States also reveals another layer of its importance. Joint development strengthens political ties, shares technological advancements, and boosts the defensive capabilities of both nations. The U.S. benefits from Israel's experience in counter-missile warfare, while Israel benefits from American funding and technical expertise. This collaborative approach is one reason Arrow 3 stands among the world's best missile defense systems. But every technology has limits, and understanding them is part of its strategic importance. Arrow 3 is designed specifically for high-altitude ballistic missiles. It is not optimized for low-flying cruise missiles or drones. That responsibility falls on other layers of Israel's defense network. Similarly, OFEK satellites, while powerful, do not operate alone. They rely on ground stations, AI-enhanced image analysis, and additional sensor networks to interpret the massive amount of data they collect. Newer OFEK models with upgraded optics, AI integration, and longer operational lifespans have further enhanced these capabilities. They use advanced signal processing to detect even camouflaged activity. Combined with ground-penetrating radar data from other systems, they provide a detailed picture of both surface and subterranean threats. This depth of intelligence gives Israel a strategic edge that few nations possess. Arrow 3 serves as a bridge to the future as well. Its successor, Arrow 4, is currently under development, intended to counter even more sophisticated threats like hypersonic missiles. The technologies pioneered in OFEK 3 and Arrow 3 paved the way for this next generation. The lessons learned from every satellite launch and every interceptor test contribute to this advancement. As global threats evolve, nations seek systems that can protect them from unpredictable attacks. What makes Israel's approach unique is the seamless combination of intelligence, surveillance, tracking, and interception. OFEK sees the threat. Radars follow it. Defense algorithms analyze it. Arrow 3 eliminates it. All of this happens in seconds, forming a real-time digital shield around the nation. Understanding these systems gives insight not only into military innovation but also into the mindset driving their creation. Israel learned through conflict that survival depends on preparation, intelligence, and rapid technological advancement. OFEK 3 and Arrow 3 are not just machines, they are manifestations of strategy, necessity, and engineering excellence. In a world where ballistic missile capabilities are expanding, these systems highlight how advanced technology can shift the balance of power. They represent decades of scientific research, rigorous testing, and real-world operational experience. Their existence sends a clear message: Israel is equipped to detect threats long before they reach the sky, and capable of neutralizing them long before they approach its borders. As more information becomes declassified, we gain a deeper appreciation for the complexity and brilliance behind these innovations. Every orbit of OFEK 3, every successful Arrow 3 test, and every new upgrade adds another layer of defense that strengthens Israel's missile-proof shield. The secrets once hidden behind classified files are gradually revealing a story of determination, resilience, and unmatched technological mastery. These systems continue to evolve, shaping the future of missile defense. And as new challenges emerge, the foundations laid by OFEK 3 and Arrow 3 will guide the next generation of defensive technologies. Together, they form one of the most powerful protective networks ever created, an incredible combination of intelligence from space and precision interception in outer space. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more deep dives into groundbreaking military technologies and their real-world impact.